wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Quad, and with me, as always, is Sam Brooks.
I've got a question for you to start off the show this week.
Ooh. Oh no, it's not a riddle, is it?
I love that you have PTSD now for riddles.
I can't
From
do
that
riddles.
1 year, that glorious year.
That was a bad year.
That was a great year. Don't know what you're on about. No, thankfully, this is not a riddle.
Well,
This is just a standard question for you. Are you ready?
Alright, yes, go, Sam, go.
I'm gonna serve you this one.
Is that what all the cool people are saying? No.
Do you like tennis?
Ah, I see what you did there, because it's serving. Haha. No, I don't like tennis, no.
You don't like tennis?
I don't like tennis.
Well, am I gonna give you some good news? You're about to fall in love with tennis, because on SmackDown, the Maximum Male Models are going to unveil their 2022 tennis collection. I am so excited to see this. As we all know, Maximum Male Models, the new faction, debuted on SmackDown, headed by Max Dupree with Marseille and Mansoir, two beautiful, gorgeous Cadillacs of men. They're beautiful, they're bold, they're Maximum Male Models, and they're unveiling their tennis collection. Mate, I am so excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table here.
Do you
Or
say
to the
they were
field.
bold? Or bold?
I said they were bold.
Are you saying bold or bold?
Are you fucking pulling my cock right now? What are you doing?
No, I'm definitely not pulling your cock.
What I'm saying? Those are two different words.
Say bold.
As in the font?
Yes, or the fabric softener.
Bold.
Okay, say bold, as in like I've got no hair on my head or my receding hairline in every year.
Oh, do you mean bald?
Bold. Say bold.
Bald.
Say bold.
Bold.
That's the same thing to me.
Are you serious?
I'm not fucking with you. Right, say.
Oh, we have a new elbow,
Yes!
ladies and gentlemen.
You have the elbow now. I have the high ground now, Sam.
This isn't a me problem. This is a you problem. You
No,
can't
this is a
distinguish
you
two
problem.
different
You say
fucking
you-
words of the English language
Well, I can't hear words. Is that
that
the
are
problem?
said completely differently.
No, they're not. Right, say bold
This
again.
font is bold. I'm writing about bald men with a bold font.
Right, say it one
See,
more time.
vowels, Andy, are a very integral part of the English language.
Right,
that
say
apparently
it.
you don't
Wait,
seem to
wait,
understand.
Wait, this is a you thing. This isn't a me thing.
Maybe it's an us thing. Who knows? Maybe we're both stupid.
Okay, right, say bold
We're
again.
not doing this for longer than 2 minutes, alright? We need to move on to what everybody here wants to hear us talk about, and that is, of course, Maximum Male Models unveiling their tennis collection.
that's not-
Andy, thoughts?
I don't like this.
Why?
It's shit.
No, it's not.
It is, it's shit.
No, it's... Okay, why? I know, we've learnt this over the years. Whenever anything fun happens, you just seem to not like it. So I want
it's
to know
not
why
fun.
this particular fun thing just really turns your toilet. Why does this really annoy you at your core as a person?
I don't mind a fashion gimmick. That's fine. But I don't know. It just needs... It'd be better
Did
if
you
it was...
not see the 6'8" tall sex god walk out, Marseille, joined by his regular-sized friend, Mansoir? Are we seeing the same things here, Andy? Because I don't think we are. If
I
you
think
saw
that-
what I'm seeing, you'd be on fire too.
I think every wrestling company is missing out on a gimmick, and I think they're not getting it. Right? This gimmick
What are you talking about?
This gimmick I'm talking about is an influencer gimmick. No one is doing it right. Like, no one. Not one fucking person's doing it right.
Okay, list off examples then. You seem to think that every company doesn't seem to do it right. Who? List them.
Well, WWE did it wrong with Tyler Breeze.
How did they do Tyler Breeze wrong?
He just came out with a selfie stick and that was it.
It was great. So what do you need? You need a fucking 10-page fucking backstory? No. Your fucking favourite stars of the Attitude Era can also be summed up in a sentence.
No, they
Stone
can't.
Cold, oh, he drinks and he hates his boss. Oh, what else is there?
No, there's lots.
Oh
more
yeah,
of these
look at The
characters.
Rock. Oh, he raises his eyebrow and he talks about pie. That's all there
There's
is.
more to The Rock than
Really?
eating pussy. No, there's so much more. to The
I
Rock.
don't care. Like, it doesn't matter if there's more or if there's not. What matters is if they do the one thing very well. They did it very well with Tyler Breeze. They're doing it very well with these maximum male models. They couldn't have picked a better man to helm this than Max Dupree. Yeah, dummy. Remember?
Yeah,
Remember when he did
I
that?
remember. I remember. Like,
It's a better name than L.A. Knights. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck
no,
was
God.
that name?
like what an awful name that was.
What the fuck was that? I love this. I knew you were going to hate it, that's why I wanted to bring it up. But no, this, to me, is on par with the Ezekiel story, in that it's the only things I care about in WWE right now. Well, actually, this past Sunday, at Money in the Bank,
Money in
I was
the bank.
able to add one
Shorty,
more
what
thing
you
to that
say?
list, Andy.
Money in the bank. Cause Liv Morgan won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then later on she cashed in to beat Ronda Rousey, your favourite wrestler and mine, and she is now the SmackDown Women's Champion.
I am happy as Larry until she loses the belt.
Back to
And
Ronda.
then I will sink back into my depression. As is the way of a wrestling fan. You're only happy when your favourites win things. When they lose the thing, you get sad again.
Like my favourite wrestler breaks his foot and apparently had an x-ray, and Tony Khan said this week it's not good.
Oh no! I don't think a broken foot can ever be good. You know?
I love how he's like, it's not good, as opposed
no
to
shit. As opposed to, oh yeah, he's actually fine. We were mistaken the whole time. All of this was pointless. Like, no. Yeah, a lot of news, a lot of things has happened. We haven't talked about Forbidden Door.
It was good.
Give a brief summary. Forbidden Door. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for what it was.
The results were, for the most part, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Moxley and Tanahashi had a fantastic main event, even to the point where I think a lot of people were convinced Tanahashi was going to win, which is
I thought he would. I was suckered in. Like, the Go Ace chants when he was breaking out of a Death Rider. Like, oh my god.
That's the joy of good storytelling.
The joy of wrestling, Andy.
The joy of good
It's
wrestling.
so good when it's good. When it's bad, it's
awful.
really bad. Like, I feel like Forbidden Door and Money in the Bank happening like so close to each other is just, it really drives that home. When it's good, it's really good.
When
However,
it's bad, it's
when
shit.
Fury wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, it's bad.
But no, you have to push Theory to the moon. To the moon!
But why, Andrew?
Because Vince thinks he's the next John Cena.
I don't want to know what Vince thinks, oddly enough, with the breaking news that we've had.
Well, breaking news as of the recording of this. Thank you, Vince, you creepy bastard. Vince has paid more than $12 million over the past 16 years to suppress allegations from 4 different fucking women.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay,
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of women.
money.
Let's break this down, point by point, shall we?
Alright, so this includes, first of all, a $7.5 million pact with a former wrestler who says that Vince coerced her into fellatio and then demoted her and ultimately declined to renew her contract in 2005 after she resisted further encounters.
7.5 million. Andy, how much was WCW sold for?
About 3 million.
4 million.
What was it? Okay.
4.2 million. He bought the name and the logo for 2.5 million, and the videotape library for 1.7 million. 4.2 million. How much did he have to pay to get this former wrestler to not tell anyone about his blowjob?
7.5 million.
That's almost double. What the fuck is
Jesus
going on?
Christ.
No, don't get me wrong. That 4.2 million, that's 2001 money, right? That's still bad that this is more than that was.
Even if you account for inflation, it's still bad.
Well, I mean, he definitely accounted for inflation. That's the point of the story.
Wow.
This is bad in of itself. It is a former wrestler who they did the deed and then demoted her. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. This is horrible. This is actually
but it's just
this is
I know
despicable
why,
behavior.
I
You have to laugh because it's so comically despicable.
Yeah,
it's so fucking horrible that it seems cartoonish.
It's so Vince McMahon. Like,
is this WWE or fucking House of Cards? Like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Like, to the wrestling fan, this is probably not surprising. To your average person, they'd be like, what in the name of Christ are you talking about?
Because if you're a wrestling fan, you know who Vince McMahon is. As a character, as a businessman, as a person. It's so, like, the WWE is so intrinsically his, and he's been such a blueprint on the organization, and he's been a featured character since the 80s. Like, it's not surprising, but it's still equally deplorable. There's no fucking saving any of this. 2005, they were fired.
And then, the wrestler and her attorney approached Vince in 2018 and negotiated the payment in return for her silence.
So there was a period of
13 years.
13 years between this.
Quick maths.
Does that not seem odd to you? This is just the first incident that we're talking about today.
The next one is a WWE contractor presented the company with unsolicited nude photographs of Vince.
Oh, God.
That she reported receiving from him. So he sent him... What? Say that again, Andrew. He sent her the pictures, right?
Vince McMahon sending nudes.
Yeah, that's...
What?
And then
what the fuck?
It gets
unsolicited. Worse. Unsolicited.
Yeah,
unsolicited. Sent fucking dick pics to somebody.
Yeah. And then...
I like to imagine when the phone opens those pictures, it's like the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones. Like their face just melts off. Because holy shit.
So then...
What the fuck? Who would want to see that?
It gets worse because allegedly he sexually assaulted her on the job, according to people familiar with the woman's 2008 non-disclosure agreement. Vince agreed to pay her roughly about $1 million. Oh
my god. I mean, I don't necessarily understand the concepts of NDAs anyway in this regard. Like, sure, if you work for Nintendo, you can't tell people that the Switch is coming out. You sign an NDA.
You can't go to Microsoft and be like, LOL, I've got all their secrets, let's go make a Switch. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, like, in that context, I get NDAs. In this context of, we did a bad thing to you.
Don't tell anyone, have some money.
And we will pay you so that you don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
What would happen if the people who he did this to broke the news? In this hypothetical scenario, what would happen?
I think they get sued.
They would get sued for telling the truth.
Yes.
America. Oh my god, so okay, alright. He did the first one, he got the blowy, 7.5 million. Oh, it's so
you wouldn't
bad.
Call it he got the... This is horrendous. These stories are absolutely horrific.
I know, but I'm trying to summarize for the benefit of the audience who has short attention spans. He sent nudes, that was $1 million. And then, in a 2006 agreement, a former manager who had worked for 10 years for Vince, before he allegedly initiated a sexual relationship with her, was also paid $1 million to keep quiet about it. What the fuck? 10 years. 10 years! And then all of a sudden, Vince opens up his McMahon. It's disgusting. It's so bad.
And then this is on top of the 1.5 million NDA reached in 2012 with an employee involving misconduct claims against. So, like you
People
just said,
power.
like you just said, Vince has paid more in NDAs than he bought WCW and quite possibly ECW combined. But we'll never know that actual number.
Let's run that back again. $12 million. Like, it's cool to have it written down in a Word document, and it's cool for me to say it. To really understand how much money that is. Like, 12 million. We're never going to see that in our lifetimes.
You don't
ever.
know. I might run a successful wrestling company one day and not pay people to shut the fuck up about bad things, because I wouldn't do that.
We're never going to see that money in our own lives ever. Not even I don't think we'll reach 1 million. We definitely won't reach 1 million in today's fucking climate. We're looking to make maybe 500,000. 12 million. Picture 1 million and picture 12 of those.
There are professional soccer clubs in England that are worth 12 million that he could have bought. He could have bought
He could have bought Fulham.
Yeah, he could have gone and bought fucking, I don't know.
But no, instead he
Bournemouth.
decided to be a horrible, horrible sexual predator over the last 16 years. That's after the year 2000. He's definitely had more things happen in his life. He's like 76 now. There's definitely more shit that we don't know about.
Well,
We didn't even know about this, like, yesterday.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right?
I'm scared as to what else there is.
I said this in the last episodes. Vince is a shithead. And he's been a shithead
Yes.
for the majority of time. Again, this is not surprising if you're a wrestling fan. You know he's a cunt. We know he is. He always has been. He always will be. We know this. But the thing is, it's been contained in this shitty wrestling bubble for so long that you can only fill up this bubble with so much shit before it bursts. And then when it bursts, there's just fucking shit flying everywhere, and everyone who's in like the mainstream press, like the Wall Street Journal and any fucking decent fucking media outlet, is like, what in the name of shit is going on over there? Because there's literally a volcano erupting of shit. What is that about? And then they go, ooh, what the fuck has he done? And like, you just have to...
What?
You did what? Like, yeah, this is what he
what?
does.
Where?
He's like, this is Vince. This is what he does. LOL. Normal people will go, holy mother of Jesus, what the fuck's he been doing?
And everyone was like, we had this back when the initial story broke. Everyone was like, what has he actually done wrong? He just had sex. That's not bad. Do you know anything about the word consent?
Yeah, do you know anything about the word unsolicited?
None of this. This is all a power play. This is all part of a dynamic.
Well, yeah.
There's clearly an implication here being, if you don't give me oral, you're getting fired.
Yeah.
That's clearly the fucking implications with all of this. Because I don't know if you've looked at Vince, but ew.
Well, this is the other thing. The other thing as well is...
I've never seen a more disgusting human being in my life since I've seen Vecna.
It gets
Like,
even...
holy shit, he looks fucking horrible. I have old belts in my fucking wardrobe that I haven't worn in 10 years that have better fucking skin condition than Vince does. Look at him. He looks like someone took Vince's face and strapped it over a fucking porcelain dummy. It looks fucking horrific. How the fuck he has managed to do this? Like, that's what it is. None of it was consensual. And no wonder. Look at him.
It's even worse.
Look at that.
It's even worse.
It's horrible.
It's even worse because not only has he done that, he's gone, if you fucking tell anyone,
you're dead.
You're fucked. And that's
He's literally
even worse.
done a fucking Kevin Spacey here.
Yeah, like it's that level of bad. Like, that's what he's gone and done, allegedly, but that's what he's gone and done.
I think we can drop the allegedly thing here. Like, this is happening.
Is this a statement from WWE, Sam?
The following was issued to the internal WWE staff. It says, The Wall Street Journal has published a second story with expanded details on its initial WWE report last month. We want to reiterate that we and our board of directors take these allegations seriously. No, you don't. We've been cooperating fully with the investigation led by our board of directors and will continue to do so until its conclusion. Please note that upon its conclusion, WWE leadership will make itself available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Oh, a bunch of twats. I mean,
I like to think that fucking just there's a talent meeting going on and fucking someone from NXT UK stands up and is like, did that really happen? Did you really get oral and then fire somebody and then pay them not to tell you? Did that really happen?
What is it with super right-wing people nowadays and fucking creepy sex pests? Can we,
it's almost as if they go hand in hand. It's almost as if that Venn diagram is a circle.
I don't understand it. Like,
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrendous. It's like the
worst thing about all of this. The worst thing about all of this is that it makes it so fucking hard to justify being a wrestling fan. I haven't felt this bad about being a wrestling fan since, 2 years ago, when everyone was a fucking rapist, or a pervert, or fucking just being taken out by the speaking out movement. This is rock bottom, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think we're quite there. I think the Benoit thing was probably the worst.
Oh, but I wasn't a fan then.
Yeah, so... no, when Benoit did what he did, fuck me, dude. I mean, that was...
Oh, I'm sure that was bad. Yeah, I'm sure that was bad. But for me personally, this is a really low point, because I'm like, yeah, I like wrestling. Ignore the dumpster fire of all of this that's going on right now. I hate it.
But here's the thing with this, though, is what will make this the worst thing ever is the outcome. Because whatever the outcome of this
nothing.
Well, that's what I mean.
I do not think anything is going to happen here. I feel like it's just going to fucking, it's all going to be swept under the rug again. Nothing will change. Everyone will bow when he comes out still.
Here's the thing. I can't see it happening this time round because, as I said earlier, it was contained within the wrestling bubble. No one gave a fuck. No one cared. None of the mainstream media gave a shit. Now you've got the Wall Street fucking Journal getting involved. So if they do this investigation and the investigation is just like, he did nothing wrong, swept under the rug, he's fucked. And if the investigation finds him being a creepy sex pervert, then he's fucked then. So I think, depending on the outcome, I can't see any outcome where this ends well. Because if they sweep it under the rug, he's going to look horrendously bad. If the investigation turns out that he is a sex pest, that's bad. Because he'll have to leave WWE. He'll have to go. And also he's a sex pest. So there's no good thing coming from this, in my opinion. Nothing good will come of this. This is.
And that's the worst part. There's nothing happy about any of this. There's no silver lining. There's no swings or roundabouts.
It's exactly like Boris here. There's no fucking. Yeah. There's no good. There's no good thing to come out of this.
I don't feel good about being a wrestling fan anymore. That's what this has done.
Well, you got AEW.
Until things come out there, because I can't trust anyone anymore, that's the thing. This is just, it's all ruined now. Everything's been burnt to the fucking ground.
Tony Khan hugs people too hard.
Tony Khan did 5 lines of coke.
Tony Khan.
Meanwhile, in actual news that's surprising to people, there is developments regarding the Sasha Banks and Naomi situation in WWE. The ongoing saga has reached a point where now both superstars have reportedly been removed from WWE's internal rosters. While no official indication shows that either superstar has been released from the company, the report notes that sometime over the last few days, the internal roster kept within WWE has been updated to no longer feature either Sasha Banks or Naomi. They have not made any appearances since their initial leave of WWE, and no official statements from them have been made as of yet. The Women's Tag Team Championships are still vacant, and the initial tournament that was announced still has not happened, nor have any participants been announced.
It never will.
I guess they're gone.
Yeah, because they took them out of the then now forever whatever intro. Like
and they're like editing them out of YouTube videos as well. Like they re-uploaded Paige's return recently, where Sasha Banks was present, but not anymore. Not in that video. She's been edited out.
Oh.
Like, my God.
They didn't do this for Austin when he fucked off, and they just
remember CM Punk? What the fuck? Why is every single story like this the fucking same? Why is it always, oh, are they gone? They left, but are they gone? Oh, they're gone. Oh, no. Anyway, like, what? It's the same shit in different decades. Like, you had Austin, you had Punk, now you got Sasha Banks, and also Naomi. But really, the only focus right now is on Sasha Banks, unfortunately. Because even though both of them walked out at the same time for the same reasons, Sasha Banks is more of a star.
Yeah.
That's just facts. It's a sad state of affairs, but with other things that have been going on right now, I feel like any sort of, like I say, the only two things I enjoy about WWE right now are Ezekiel and Maximum Male Models. Both very, like, not the main event, like, undercard even. Like, not even the mid-card, just undercard. They're the only things I care about. I'm hanging on by a fucking thread. Purely out of my love for comedic storylines and my second brain. That's all I'm hanging on by. Oh, and Liv Morgan as well. But that's a recent addition, so.
I mean, that's true. But do you want to know what I like about WWE, Sam?
This feels like you're setting something up.
No, it's not. Just say yes.
Okay, Vince.
No. What do you think I like about WWE?
What do you like about WWE? Is it nothing?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
But that's been the case for a while. I've heard no fucking pay-per-view about anything that's been going on in WWE.
Life is too
Definitely
short.
over a year.
Life is too short, Sam. I've learned after everything that's happened that life is too short for me to sit there and watch shit that makes me angry. Because I can't be fucked anymore. It was causing me to probably have high blood pressure and moan about Kevin Nash when I was pissed at university in a nightclub. I actually moaned about Kevin Nash and CM Punk in a nightclub in the middle of a dance floor to my friend. And he went, "Not now. This is not the time or the place." And I'm like, "But Kevin Nash is a dickhead." Like,
shut up, Andy. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Andy, I'm trying to get you laid. Like, no, Kevin Nash is a cunt. Like, so
I will not get hard until Kevin Nash is gone.
I will invent this thing called the streak, and it will be great. No, it wasn't. It was the worst time ever. So here's the thing, right? I haven't seen I just can't watch. I've tried to watch WWE, right? I just can't do it. It's so like sterile. I can't explain it. It's so.
No,
like,
I agree. It's sterile. That's a word that I think many people would
shit.
use.
Yeah, like AEW, if something goes wrong, I go, alright, then fine, whatever. At least it's a it doesn't
Because it's still in its early days.
Well, not even that. It doesn't feel like it's overproduced. They just let things happen how it just plays out. Like, there's no sort of... Everything is meticulously fucking planned to the fucking second. Like, it's... I don't know. It just... To me, it reminds me of the fucking reason why I got into it to begin with, and the time period when I got into it, where it wasn't like everything was scripted and everything was like organised and micromanaged to a T and overproduced. Like AEW, for the good and the bad that we've had in its existence, is because it's not overproduced. It's not. And the other thing is, like, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. He was like, I didn't even realise there was a pay-per-view going on, but he said I would know what the main event is, because it's the same main event as the previous pay-per-view, and it'll probably be the same one as the one before that. We've worked out that they're so lazy with their booking that they book in freeze. They do free of everything. Then they stop and then do another free. Then they stop and then do another free. It's so lazy. There's no thought or creative process put into it. That's what I like about AEW. They actually have like some sort of. You can't predict what's going to happen most of the time, and even if you can, the way that they tell the stories is entertaining enough for me to go, fine. I will suspend my disbelief, and I'll run with it. But WWE, it's so like.
Let's do a think
paint
tank
by
here.
numbers.
Let's do a little fucking little thought exercise here.
Okay.
The things I like in WWE: Liv Morgan, Ezekiel, Maximum Male Models. That's it.
Yep, that's not great.
Things that I like in AEW:
Okay.
the New Japan partnership, Hook, Wardlow, Danhausen, CM Punk, the Blackpool Combat Club, the Acclaimed. I could go on. Do you see the differences here? Oh, Christian Cage.
Yeah,
Being a really fucking big heel.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, and they have the creative freedom to do whatever the fuck they want. Christian Cage in WWE would definitely have not been allowed to say half the shit he said in the past month. I guarantee you, right?
And the best thing about it is that he's saying all of these terrible fucking things. Like, he wishes that Jungle Boy's entire family was dead, just like his dad. And Matt Hardy, you look like your drunk brother right now. Like, the reason why he's allowed to say such horrible things, and we love it, is because it's not real. It's a character. He's going to get his comeuppance. You can see it's part of a story.
Yeah, it's like...
He's not a fucking sex pest that's being fucking fired. Like, come on.
The closest thing to sex pests in AEW is when the Acclaimed do the whole scissoring thing. That's the closest thing!
I mean, you're clearly forgetting about Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti existing.
Oh, okay, that's the one bad thing about it, alright? No,
as we know, there are bad things about AEW, we know,
Yeah,
but like, comparing the two, I don't know why it devolved into this, but comparing the two companies, no fucking shit, I like AEW more now. Never thought I'd say this like 2 years ago, but right now, I'm living for it. It's fucking great. Give me more.
AEW is the fucking greatest. I go out of my way to watch it. I will set aside time. People will ask me, "What are you doing?" I'm going, "Fuck off! I'm watching this show." Like I will actually set aside time to watch this thing. If it was WWE, I would fob it off in 4 seconds to do anything, to take a shit. Like anything, like just knock one out. Anything. I would do anything else on this planet than watch a WWE pay-per-view that goes on for 15 hours. And it's just tedious because it's the same fucking pay-per-view they put on last month. It's the same pissing thing all the time. I don't even want it on as background noise. I don't even want it on as background noise when I go to sleep. I just want to listen to the sounds of the ocean rather than fucking WWE. I can't. It's making me mad. I was happy. I was zen. I was a chilled out human being, and you brought up WWE again, and you're bringing the old me back. Why are you doing this, Sam? Why must you do this?
I'll tell you what, how about we cap it off with a story that is absolutely certain to calm you the fuck down?
Oh, what's that then, Sam?
I won't get you angry at all. Do you remember Wrestling Entertainment Series?
No!
Let me refresh your memory. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Paige leaving WWE and how I thought, oh, she's gonna go to that new fucking Norwich, Norfolk, wherever the fuck it is, based English wrestling promotion run by the Authors of Pain. And you were like, what the fuck is that? And I told you, it is Wrestling Entertainment Series. And we were talking about how their debut show, their first ever show, was postponed. But it was coming up, and that you should buy tickets, and that you should go. Is that happening, Andrew? Is that happening? Is that part of the plan? Are you buying tickets to go to the show, Andrew?
Guess what, Sam? Sam?
What?
No, because it's fucking cancelled.
Oh, no, what? It's been cancelled. Wrestling Entertainment Series, it's over. They cancelled their debut show. I don't
Good
know
one.
what to tell you. If you can't even do your first show, if you had to postpone it and then cancel it, I'm pretty sure that's over. I don't think there's much more to do here.
Nah, this is
there are some details here.
They've obviously learned how to do a speech from the Boris Johnson School of Resignations. Basically, they said it's not over, but everyone knows it's fucking done. It's over, right? So this wrestling company, in inverted commas, cancelled its debut show just a few days before it was scheduled to go out to the world of June. It was supposed to go out actually on June 4th. Then it was being held during the Queen's Jubilee. Then the delay changed the card as wrestlers were not able to make the new date of July 9th. So several new names, such as Steph DeLander, whoever the fuck that is, and Eric Young were added to the card. But in a tweet on July 6th, WES, whatever the fuck this wrestling company is, announced the news and a number of talent not showing up as the reason for the move. The wrestling... what is this company called?
So the
company I don't even know what it's called. What's it called?
Wrestling Entertainment Show.
Can you afford to pay me?
Series. What is it? I don't know.
Oh, can you afford to pay me to wrestle around? I don't know.
So 2 things. First of all, Steph DeLander is the new name of someone who was in NXT but got fired. But I'm not going to tell you what their name in NXT was because you're not going to know because you don't watch NXT.
Excellent.
Second of all, the message that they put out on July 6th is as follows. Dear fans and followers.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we will have to cancel the event scheduled for this Saturday at the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham, England.
Oh no.
We are deeply disappointed in the news that we have to share, but with so many talent not showing up, we will have no choice then to cancel the event. Our team worked so hard on this event day in and out and day in and day out for the fans to come with a different wrestling event and believe that we will still be able to show that in the near future. The reason why I'm stumbling over my words here is because it's been written probably by the authors of Pain, who are the fucking owners of this company. Ironically, they can't author very well because some of this is just really hard to fucking read. We do want to say that all our talent that was scheduled have been paid in full and that Nia Jax was paid her deposit as well while she changed her mind and did not want to show up and wrestle anymore. For now, we will have to apologize for this, but we promise that it will not end here. See you soon! No information about a refund for fans who purchased tickets to the event was given in the announcement.
Can I sum this up in a quote from a very wise man by the name of Homer Simpson? Can I? May I?
Yeah, please. Okay. Please do.
You tried your best. You failed miserably. The lesson here is never try.
I have a problem with that.
Okay, what's that?
They clearly didn't try their best.
Here's the thing, right? I don't understand, right? So this is a new wrestling company, brand new, never done a show before ever. Sam, do you think if I started a wrestling company, what do you think I would do? Do you think I would run one of the biggest arenas in the fucking country? Or do you think I would run a really small venue first?
I think you'd run it out of your garden first.
Exactly. So basically what they've gone and done is they've gone, right, fuck it, we're going to go straight to an arena. And I'm like, bruv, no, you've done it all wrong. You've got to start in your garden first, or at least like a fucking gym somewhere. Like, I don't understand. They've just done everything wrong. I don't understand how this thing was even going to run or operate. You know what? I watched Dave and Brian talk about this, and they're like, oh, we have no fucking clue. They're like, I guess the authors are paying, we're trying to put on a show. And they're like, no one knows anything about this.
Because this is the weirdest... It's like God is running like a universe mode for our universe. And this is what he came up with. The authors of Pain, who are from somewhere else, coming to England to start up an English company The WES, Wrestling Entertainment Series, which is a bad name anyway.
Yeah.
Because we can never remember what the fuck it even is. You were originally going to have Braun Strowman there, Mr. Control Your Narrative. Which, credit where credit is due, they at least ran 3 shows. They had him there. We're going to fight Alistair Overeem to crown the first ever WES World Champion. And then, Braun wasn't there anymore. When they postponed the event, he was replaced by Moose.
Moose.
And now neither of them are going to be there because the event was cancelled. People other names are supposed to be Nia Jax, Lana, Kalisto, Lindsay Dorado, Big Damo, Killian Dane. Like, I never truly thought about how fucking random this entire setup is. Why England? Why these people? Why is it the Authors of Pain?
I don't get the Authors of Pain. I get England to an extent.
Oh my god, are you okay? Are you alright?
Hello, I am buffering. So basically, right, I get England to an extent. Because there has never, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. I've met Alex Shane. I thought he was an alright guy. Nothing, no disrespect.
And then he was a pervert.
Maybe, I don't know. Is that a thing that happened?
I'm googling it. I'm checking my sources.
Okay, because I just check your sources first before you start saying things. But there's never been, since the world of sport, a wrestling company that is big in this country. There just hasn't. And I don't care what anyone says about Progress. I don't care what anyone says about Rev Pro. I don't care what anyone says about ICW. I mean, like, mainstream level, American culture level, like, world of sport, Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks level. Like, it's nowhere near. So, in theory, there is potential to steal that market, right? Because every time WWE come here, they do brilliantly. They're about to do a stadium show in fucking Wales, of all places. When TNA, in its dying days, came to the UK, they would still sell out Wembley fucking stadium. Not stadium, because it's just mental. Wembley Arena and other arenas around the country. So there is a market out there to go into. That does exist. But the problem that you have is the companies with the talent that they have now will not break through. So the theory behind this, I will imagine, is if we have stars that people recognise from WWE turn up in an arena show, this thing in theory should do well. Well, a bit like everything in theory, like Marxism or fucking, I don't know, anything else that's written down on paper going, that'd be a great idea. In reality, it don't fucking work. Because human beings are stupid, and also they just either they don't get to the country in time, they fucking double book themselves, people don't give a shit. Like, I don't, everything on paper, you would think, be like, this is going to be great. We're going to put on a show with ex-WWE people, wrestling fans, and maybe some mainstream people might know who these people are. We're even bringing in an MMA guy, so you might bring those people in. It's in a fuck-off size building. Alright, let's do it. But the reality is, nope. Like, that's just what's happened.
What's hilarious about all of this is that you couldn't have picked a fucking wider plethora of people who have each had their own issues and controversies and put them all in a fucking card and then assume it's going to go well? I mean, really, look at the names that are involved. Braun Strowman, Adam Scherr, fucking Control Your Narrative. That speaks for itself. Nia Jax, the human wrecking machine, in that she wrecks other humans.
And doesn't get vaccinated.
And doesn't get vaccinated. Like, just they're all former WWE employees anyway.
And like Alistair Overeem, I swear at one point he got done for performance enhancing drugs.
So he should go to hell.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, you've
but
got
even
an
then,
entire
like, even
plethora of these
like
people.
the Authors of Pain scammed like Aiden English. Like, I don't know what his name is now, Matthew something or other, but he was going to be part of this. But then he basically cancelled bookings that he was meant to have, like when this was going on. But then they cancel this show, so then he's out of money now. Because he could have just had those other bookings.
God.
So you piss him off. There was a whole fucking debacle about the ring they were using being owned by a wrestler who they weren't paying. Like, holy shit. Again, we spent the first half of the year fucking, rightfully so, bashing Control Your Narrative. But at least that actually got off the ground.
Yeah.
It didn't get very high. It didn't get very far. Got maybe like a meter off the ground and flew about 50 yards before it fucking just crashed and burned.
But bit like me playing Flight Simulator.
Like you playing Flight Simulator. At least it didn't fucking immediately explode without any initial movement like this fucking thing. Like, holy shit. It takes a lot to make a new wrestling promotion, as you've said, with any semblance of fucking mainstream attention, any sort of popularity that gets people to give a shit about wrestling in 2022 in England.
Like, if they just started a little federation in Nottingham,
everything about this was an uphill battle, and they still somehow managed to go further downhill than anyone would have ever thought by fucking up at every considerable turn. And it's I want things to be good, I want things to succeed, but really, when you have the Authors of Pain at the steering wheel, it's very clear that the only thing they can offer is pain.
Was there no one else running this thing? Like, no, like, booker?
We don't know!
Promoter?
That's the thing! We have no fucking idea! The only thing we know is that WES, WES, is owned by the Authors of Pain.
Right, I'm gonna just quickly
That's all we know.
So a whole bunch of a whole bunch of wrestlers have gone absolutely.
I've actually gone to their website, right? I've gone to the WrestlingEntertainmentSeries.com. The first thing you see is, sorry, this event is cancelled.
Oh god, there's loads. I've got more news on this from the Wrestling Observer. Right? Do you want to know how many fucking tickets this thing sold? Bearing in mind, right, I'm going to Google right now how big Motorsport or Point or whatever the fuck arena is. Alright, so let's see how many people this fucking building can actually fit in. How big is it? 10,000 people, right, can fit this stadium.
It's a lot of people.
Guess how many tickets they sold.
I honestly really hope it's above double figures.
Okay, it is, but it's not a good number.
Is it 102?
No, it's slightly better.
103.
Okay. 350 tickets in a 100... No, well, I'll say that again. 350 tickets in a 10,000 seat arena. I swear my local fucking Lincoln Wrestling Company can sell out more fucking tickets for their shows than this thing that is supposed to be in a fucking arena. What is this?
Back on their website, they have a little like thing on the footer of it that says, WES is working hard. First of all, are you sure about that? WES is working hard to become a global brand in the sports entertainment and professional wrestling industry. We focus on bringing a new level of entertainment to the world of professional wrestling by bringing together the highest level of athletes, like Nia Jax and Lana. What the fuck? Oh, well, it's so bad. And the thing is, on their Twitter as well, they've made tweets being like, you've won a meet and greet, Fletcher Truman. Apparently a guy named Fletcher Truman just won a meet and greet with your favourite superstars. I wonder how he feels about all of this now.
We should tweet at him.
There's no at. It's just his name. It's Fletcher Truman. No account or anything. It's just a man's name, Fletcher
Who is
Truman.
running
Congratulations.
this thing? Like, fucking... This is a joke. This is not a real company. This is literally the equivalent of Andy's Garden Wrestling. This is not
No,
real.
you know what this is? This is the equivalent of those American candy shops you see on a London high street. Where it's clearly a front for fucking drug money or something.
Well, here's the thing, right? Chelsea Green, actually, who was booked for the original date, said this. Instead of blaming the talent who took weeks off to come work for your new company under the impression that you could be trusted, try refunding the fans and apologising for your lack of organisation.
They've made a tweet that says everyone who bought a ticket will be refunded.
When?
I don't know how long after the fact they made that tweet, but it exists now as of this recording, so... But there's no details about when they'll get it or how they'll get it. Just that they'll get it, which to me screams they don't know how to refund people.
Yeah.
So they're hoping people will forget and just live with the fact that they lost £69 to go to the front row.
That's what it sounds like to me.
What the fuck? It sounds so shit, and I'm so unfortunately sad about most of the news today. Except for Maximum Male Models and their tennis collection.
Well, not magically.
Bookend it. You gotta bookend it. Look at how happy I was at the start of the show, talking about Maximum Male Models. Listen to me now. I sound exactly the same, but on the inside I'm dying.
Yeah, but
now that bombshell.
aren't we all dying in some sort of level? Like we're all decaying in a way.
And on that bombshell, I feel like it's time we bring the show to an end.
Yes, so thank you for listening to our not depressing show. And we have lots of things, so you can go to our link tree. Sam, what's the URL for our link tree?
I believe it is linktree.com/for Suplah. If you go there, you will see a beautiful tree with all of our fruits on it. What are some of the fruits on there?
We have all of the things that we do. So, for instance, a gaming channel, which I've been meaning to restart because I have a new computer. So I'll be able to play PC games. I've been looking into some games. If you have any suggestions, please do let me know. I have Fall Guys, finally. So let's try that one day, and we'll do that. If you have any requests, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. If it's on Xbox Game Pass, then okay, that will work best. We also have other things, Sam, such as...
We have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have a Spotify page, we have a YouTube page. You're probably watching this on right now. We have a Twitch account. We have Gaming Channel, where you can go and watch all of our old gaming videos from like 5 years ago. They still hold up, I promise.
They're very good.
Anything you could ever want from us and more can be found in our beautiful link tree. Link can be found in the description below.
I have been Andy Kwan.
And I think you would make a great member of Maximum Male Models.
I would, because I am a sexy beast.
Bringing out 5'2". Gorgeous display of...
I'm 5'1". Am I 5 foot?
Why would you correct it to be shorter?
I don't know, I'm an idiot.